Slavery. According to the 1934 Webster Dictionary, it is the state of being owned by another person, a concept that died decades ago. Or did it? Did you know that there are over 34 million slaves in the world currently? Did you know that there have been over 2,700 human trafficking incidences reported in the United States alone this year? According to the 2012 Trafficking in Human Persons reports created by the U.S. government, traffickers use trickery, lies, threats, assault, and confinement in order to take advantage of victims. You might think that if you live in a first world country, you're safe from modern-day slavery. However, you might have passed someone on the street who was a victim of human sex trafficking, or purchased a garment made by a slave laborer. Getting involved and raising awareness could help the problem. As a Christian college student who has spent the majority of my life in a third world country, I have seen the effects of human trafficking firsthand, and I've also seen the vindication that can occur from getting involved in fixing the situations. Christians are called to eliminate human trafficking by promoting biblical justice, becoming educated in the topic, and taking action to raise awareness. I will validate this thesis by showing that human trafficking is a big problem in the world. The problem could be solved by raising awareness of the issue, and Christians should get involved in finding a solution in order to promote biblical justice. And let's examine my first point. Human trafficking is a big problem in the world. Slavery has been a problem ever since sin entered the world. God told Abraham that your descendants will be strangers in a country that is not their own. They will be enslaved and mistreated there. The International Labor Organization, an organization dedicated to fair labor, estimates that as of 2014, there are roughly 21 million people worldwide who are victims of forced labor. This is a problem that cannot be ignored. Human trafficking, according to the 2008 Human Trafficking Manual for Journalists, is considered to be a highly profitable and low-risk activity because on one side, it is estimated that traffickers bring in a couple million to 500 million US dollars a year. On the other side, they hardly ever get convicted and put into prison for long periods of time. Without people taking action against them, traffickers are going to keep bringing in billions of dollars at innocent people's expense. And this brings me to my second point. The problem of human trafficking is caused by ignorance and lack of awareness. We might be vicariously participating in human trafficking without even realizing it. When we buy knockoff clothing brands or purchase food from overseas, we might be buying items that were created by forced laborers. It is up to us to make a stand and refuse to buy from companies unless we know they are against modern-day slave trade. Author Aldous Huxley once said that facts do not cease to be ignored, to exist because they are ignored. People choose to ignore the fact that slavery did not die with the American Civil War, but rather is ensnaring more lives than ever before. There is a lack of acknowledgement, and as Sandeep Chawla, UN author, says, it is only by understanding the depth, scope, and perception of the problem that we can counter it. Modern-day slaves are often considered to be victims, and who are being used by evil people to bring more evil into the world. The full extent of human trafficking is often not realized, so incidents slip through the cracks. Now let's look at how we as Christians can help this issue. Christians can help the issue by getting involved and promoting biblical justice. God has called us to seek justice for those who cannot seek it for themselves, as the righteous care about justice for the poor, but the wicked have no such concern. Humans are made in the image of God and deserve a sense of dignity. Author Amelia Blanton of the St. Louis Post believes that we are called to protect those who have been trafficked for any further means of exploitation against them, to prevent human trafficking from happening, and to prosecute those who are traffickers. Ministries such as the International Justice Mission and the Polarist Project all try to seek justice for those who are stuck in slavery with no hope of escape unless someone reaches out to them. They help create new lives for victims and give back some of the dignity that was lost during the trafficking. And this brings me to my conclusion. As you can see, human trafficking is a very real problem in the world. Millions are affected by it. It is mostly caused by traffickers taking advantage of innocent people, and consumers such as you and myself not being aware of the extent of the issue. It can be lessened by increasing awareness of human trafficking and getting involved in the prevention of further incidents. See if there is a justice mission near you and see how you can get involved. Learn the warning signs of human trafficking and be aware of strange situations that might be human trafficking occurring before your very eyes. All people held as slaves within any state or designated part of the state, the people whereof, shall be then thenceforward and forever free. Abraham Lincoln might have penned these words in 1862, but they still hold true today. Slaves in the United States and beyond, regardless of gender, age, or color, deserve to be forever free.